Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is still following the wave count that I also presented to you in the previous video. There's currently no need to change the wave count, to change the wave structure in any way. It's actually following the pathway that we had on the chart with this high B wave. I highlighted to you in the previous video that I might change the wave count later, depending on if there are any significant developments to the upside. But yeah, there weren't. So I can just keep the wave count as it is. And we might be dealing here with this C wave to the downside now, which now already fulfilled minimum expectations, given that it reached the 100% extension of the initial A wave. We want to talk about that microstructure. There's some selling volume that's coming in right now, by the way. Yeah, you see that here, not on this. We need to go to the smaller time frames. Oh dear, do we only, okay, I can't see it here on the index chart probably. Okay, maybe a little bit on, I've got in parallel Coinbase open here. And on Coinbase, this is significant spike actually, higher than the previous ones, okay. So there's some good selling volume that's coming in actually. And I shared with you earlier today, also in one of the written updates on Discord, that this is an extremely fragile structure that developed over the weekend that leaves the door open for a test of the support region. Let's just double check on Discord here. So this was when the price was still above the trend line. That trend line supported this weak uptrend that developed over the weekend. And the commentary was just a few hours ago. Bitcoin only showed choppy structures over the weekend with a slight upward trend that's supported by the green trend line. However, this upward move lacks the structural strength, which will keep the door open for a test of the support region. Bitcoin's movement off its Thursday low, which was after that strong sell-off, is not showing strong impulsive behavior, and yeah, and so on. Okay, so just indicated, look, it is extremely choppy, it is fragile, it's weak overall to the upside, and it keeps the door open for a break to the downside. That's not in any way changing our wave count. In fact, it just confirms the wave count at the moment. And as long as we are holding the 58,120 level, I would go with this wave count here that we have on the chart. Yeah. So we are looking still at this orange support region. Same story. We had a dip into support on Friday. Risk was lower here. We had a rally, risk became high here because we were far away from support. One signal that we are breaking down was the break below the trend line, but it was overly, it was really choppy behavior on the weekend, really choppy price action. Certainly difficult to trade on the micro. I know we had in our member live stream the discussion today, the story of one member was, opening a short trade here, unfortunately not taking profit here, hoping the B wave would form a lower high. These bloody B waves, sorry, they sometimes just overshoot, and that's what they do, right? So regular profit taking important, and now we're coming down in this C wave. What else can I say? So the support levels, we've only just reached the support area. We're currently coming down, and we've now reached the first support level. So that means, here the 100% extension is a possible support level, but in terms of the Fibonacci retracements, so we have 59,014 as support, then 58,750, 58,490, and 58,121. Ideally, we don't see a break below 58,121. If we do, it would increase the likelihood that we are heading down much lower. Let me go to the 30-minute chart. Because just to explain it again, to the overall wave count, and it is a super complex wave count. I'm not going to take you through the entire wave count again. It is pain for my eyes, really it is, this wave count, because it's all choppy, it's all corrective price action. We are only dealing with diagonal structures. I try to keep the wave count still as simple as possible, but it is painful. And what is important, I think, is to understand that we are dealing with a diagonal. It's not impulsive in my opinion. So these diagonal structures are corrective in the subwaves to really keep the bullish count alive, which is fragile. You know, we cannot expect the price to go higher because we don't have 5 waves up. All right, we don't have anywhere any 5-wave move to the upside. So we cannot expect the price to go higher. We can watch for it. I'd like to see it. I think everybody would like to see it. Can we expect it? No. So we have to be prepared for lower prices, and a break below 58,120 will make it likely that this B wave didn't actually form a low on Thursday, and that we are actually preparing for something much more bearish. This is absolutely important to understand. So the only way, and that was one of my signals earlier this week, the only way to say that really this wave B of the larger third wave bottomed on Thursday is for the price to hold 58,121 and to form a 5-wave move up, either in the white wave count, which is just one more high, but more clearly we would have a clearer 5-wave move in the yellow count. So the move up that I'm charting, that's a diagonal structure: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. But there's also another way to label this diagonal, and that's an extended diagonal pattern with another 4, 5. Within that, again, that's just because these diagonals are quite subjective, right? You can't, they are not, it's not like an impulse. There's only one impulse, but diagonal patterns, because they consist of corrective structures, there are so many variations of them. Bottom line is, there's a support region, 58,121 needs to hold. Below that, the entire chart will become far less clear. Well, how should I say? Not clearly bearish, but less clearly bullish, and definitely even more difficult to read. And it will increase the likelihood that we will also break below the Thursday low, which in turn would increase the likelihood that we will break below the 7th of August low, which again increases the likelihood we break below the 5th of August low. Don't expect it goes down in a straight line, but these are the key levels, and there is no low until we get a 5-wave move to the upside. That's very important to understand. So what's now next? What's next? So we've now reached the support region. I will now pay attention to the chart to see if there are any indications for a reversal, and that could be the start of wave 5. It's quite simple. We had a strong dip into the support region. Here we were looking rather for long positions. We had a rally, then I presented you the next support zone. Here we said we're rather looking again for reversal to the upside. It happened over the weekend. The risk was high here. Now we're testing the support area again. So we're again looking for higher prices. Below 58,121, I'm looking for lower prices. Okay. So now that we've reached the support region, how could we look for higher prices? What would need to happen? At the moment, this is literally just catching the falling knife. Do we have any trend lines we can draw here? This one maybe, but we're far away from it at the moment. Yeah, but that could be an interesting one. It's quite an obvious one. And then we just need to see if, some swing highs are building in the structure. There isn't much structure there at the moment that would in any way support here, anything. So for me at the moment, locally, the trend is clearly down, okay? But as soon as I see a first micro 5 up, 3 down move, which means a first rally followed by a higher low, I will let you know. I will first post that as always on Discord. And then I think, again, break of the trend line could be interesting and so on. But we now need more structure to develop. For now, I expect lower prices until I see let's say a clear reaction to one of these Fibonacci support levels, which we talked about. And they start here at 59,000, and we're currently holding that level still. In terms of structural support, there is some structural support here around 58,850. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.